Hey, welcome back to Energy Testing Live. I am Pam Roussel with Perfectly Holistic, and I want to welcome for the first time all of my peeps on Instagram. I'm trying something new. We're getting out of the proverbial box and being checky challenged. So bear with me as I try to go from screen to screen and cover everybody. So, hey, everybody, thank you. If you are joining us tonight, let us know where you're watching from. I'm always curious. And I want to shout out to people who are here. So, hey, Keo. And then I don't know who 1225 Dallas is, but thank you for being here. And I know Burnsbury is joining. I'm so excited to see you. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Mary Cat. And Diana's here. So we are so excited. I know it's been a couple months. Hi, Christina. Nice to see you. We have, it's been December. That was the last time we did this live. So it's going to be fun. I've got 4 cats tonight to test. One person couldn't be here, so we're not going to do that one. So yeah, how's your week going? How's everybody doing? I know it's been a little crazy down here in Texas with this ice storm. So what I want everybody to do tonight, this is your homework, is I want you to think about one thing you are most grateful for that has happened to you this week. And even if it was challenging, I want you to find the silver lining in whatever it was that happened. Okay. That is just a great practice to get into, and just being grateful and holding gratitude in your heart for all your blessings, because we truly are blessed. So I want to say hi to Marissa. Hey, it's late where you are. You must be staying up extra late. So thank you so much for being here in the middle of the night. And hi to all of my UK people, and hi to Madison. How are you? I hope Da Vinci's doing well. Okay, let's see over here. And Burnsbury is joining from the Philippines. I know. What time is it over there? Is it like it's already Friday, right? It's already Friday where you are. Probably Friday morning, like what, 9, something like that. I know it's quite a long way away. So I so appreciate you. She's Marissa says, I'm going to bed, but we are blessed. Yes, it's like 2 in the morning where you are, maybe 1 in the morning, something like that. Okay, so yeah, in Philippines it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. Oh yes, Keo, I know it's you're in the East Coast, I think, correct? So yeah, it's 7 here. So I'm in Central Texas. And Lindsay says Luna is here watching you and says thank you for making Mom cut out the pork this week. Well, Luna, we just try to make you happy and make your tummy happy. So that's what I got to say about that. Yeah, Marissa, go to sleep, girl. It's late. Okay, so we are going to jump in. People can still hop on. It's so great to see all of you. Like I said, I have 4 kitties tonight, and we're going to jump in with the first one. And before that, Madison says Da Vinci ate the gently cooked meat once and won't touch it again. We can work on that. It's not a problem. It's a block. It's a new taste. You know how that is. So we just have to clear it as a stressor. So don't give up. Okay, so first kitty tonight is Keo. And I'm going to pull over. First, I'm going to read you the description, and then I'm going to pull Keo's picture because I can only show one screen at a time. So Keo shared a Jag. Jag is her precious kitty. And she says that he overgrooms the front legs and on his underside. And he has had many teeth removed, and he's very skittish. So in light of that, I'm going to go pull over here, and I'm going to share my screen. And this is sweet little Keo. Isn't he cute? I'm sorry, Jag. Sorry, Keo. I don't know where my brain is. Maybe I need to go to bed too. It's a long day. So this is Jag, and Keo submitted him. Let me get it all straight. Okay, so if you have never seen muscle testing or energy testing, because I'm not in person, and energy testing because I'm using a pendulum to ask questions. And this basically taps into the wisdom of the body, and you can ask what yes and no questions if you're using a pendulum. You can also make statements. If you're using your body to do energy testing or muscle testing, you want to make statements, true and false statements, and find where the congruence is, what resonates as true and false. And so I like to use a pendulum because I spend hours testing and my fingers would get very tired in like 5 minutes. So pendulum is easy for me. And this is a stainless steel pendulum. And so it doesn't pick up on energy, and um, so it doesn't take on the energies around it. So it stays clean, basically. But you can use anything to test. Okay, so Jag, let's see here. My first thought is some emotional stuff, but let's see. So I'm gonna check and see. Okay, are there emotional blocks to clear? Yes. My yeses are a clockwise for me. This is probably, it's going to be counterclockwise if you're watching. And then my no's are a counterclockwise. Okay, so I'm just going to go through some series of questions. And Keo says, we got him when he was 4, traumatic early life. Okay, well, that makes sense. He's got some emotional stuff. He overgrooms. Let's rule out some things first. So the first thing I want to rule out is, are there food stressors at this time? And I'm getting a no. Can you guys see that okay? Or do I need to hold it up a little bit higher? Sorry, peeps in Instagram world. Let me turn it this way just a little bit and see if I can get, let me see if that works. Yeah. Okay. So, are there food stressors for Jag at this time? I'm getting a no. So it's not food. Are there environmental toxins? Yes. And I forget, Keo, do any vaccines resonate? No. Do heavy metals resonate? No. Are there environmental stressors? Yes. Are there environmental chemicals? No. Petrochemicals? No. Parasites? No. Any kind of a pathogen? No. So this is, are there people? Are there pets? Pets. Okay. So we know the cat that I just worked on for you. Okay, so there is a pet stressor, which is not uncommon when you live in a multiple cat household. She says he has a fabulous appetite, but he never gains weight. Well, okay, that's a whole nother set of questions. But there are some emotional things here. So anxiety, no. Traumatic events, yes, traumatic events. So he's carrying a lot of baggage, probably, for like you described, traumatic start. He has a foster sister, Bella. So is Bella a stressor for him? Yes, Bella's a stressor. Not surprising. Okay, so okay, let me see. The other thing you said, hang on, guys. I've got to go look at my notes here. He's had many teeth. He is skittish. Okay. He's had teeth removed. Okay, so is there a viral? This is something viral. See, that thing is going like huge, fast circles. That's like, I call it a strong yes. So he's got a lot of teeth removed. That's a clue to me that there could be something autoimmune or viral going on. So I'm asking, is there anything autoimmune? No. Is this viral? Okay. Is it Kalichi virus? Kalichi virus. I'm getting a yes on that. That can manifest itself like ulcers in the mouth, redness, issues with gums, things like that. Those symptoms for Kalichi virus are not as common, but ironically, I find that a lot because people find me because they can't get answers. Yeah, it's viral. She says he sneezes a lot. We thought it was dust. Well, let's see. Is litter a stressor for him? No, it's not the litter. It's viral. So he needs viral support, immune support. Okay, she also says that Bella and him get along so well. They sleep and nap together, groom each other. Yes. And if you have a brother or sister, you remember in your childhood, you can get along beautifully, but then there are those moments when you get on each other's nerves and you get under their skin and someone just irritates you. It can be like that. It can be family dynamics. So she could be a stressor, but not a horrifying. it's not like an all-out war between cats, so that's good. So, it could be old stuff, but it's probably mostly carrying from whatever trauma he had from his past. That's what I would say. So, okay, how do you spell Kalichi virus? I'm going to put it in the notes here. Kalichi virus. CLAICIVIRUS. Kalichi virus. Okay, so we know he's got emotional stuff and he's got immune issues. And so he needs some antiviral support. She says she swats at him occasionally, but usually when she wants to play, that's why she's a stressor. He's like, I don't want to play with you and you're annoying me. So that's what that's all about. He stopped playing in the last 3 months. So he probably needs some extra immune support, and he's definitely needs some emotional clearing work for whatever trauma he had in the past. So that's where I would start. Let's see. You had one other question. He's skittish. That's probably from the trauma, the emotional blocks for him. So being skittish, any vaccines? No, just virus. So a couple things. So to sum it up, he's an old man. Well, that makes sense too. He's like, I've been there, done that. I don't have all this energy to play all the time. He just wants peace. He wants quiet. He wants to be left alone. That I have one like that too. He hates loud noises. Yeah, I think a lot of it's emotional stuff, and obviously the immune support is needed. So that's where I would start. Maybe we could work together and do some work on him to get some of that baggage off of his out of his body, out of his cells. Remember that emotions can be imprinted at the cellular level from trauma and negative experiences that people go through, that pets go through. And those memories create chemical responses in the body, and they are stored in organs, tissues, and glands. So, and it's done at a subconscious level. So whenever they experience something like a loud noise or a trigger of some kind, those chemical reactions just start to replay themselves in the body. And the body sometimes, most of the time, probably isn't even aware that it's going on. But it kind of stirs the pot subconsciously, and your body is reliving it. In this case, the cat can be reliving every time they hear a loud noise, or whatever trauma that they're holding on to. Something triggers that. So that's what Mind, Body, Spirit Release is all about. And that is what I incorporate to all of my services, because it's so important to treat the emotional component to any kind of health condition, because there always is one. All right. So thank you, Keo. And give little Jag a big kiss for me, because he's so cute. Okay. So I'm going to remove this one. And we're going to go to number 2. I'm going to wave at a few people over here on Instagram. Hi, peeps. So nice to see all of you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Christina submitted Dolce. And I'm going to read the story, and then I'll show you Dolce's picture while I work on it. So Dolce is a rescue kitty with his bonded brother, 7 months. He's been 7 months with her now. He is an anxious boy, and recently he walks away from his food as if he's frightened, and he comes back in a few minutes. He also pulls at carpet tree fibers and tears cardboard boxes. I don't think he's ingesting them, though. He's more easily handled by me than his brother. I worry that he has pica. Does he need supplements for this? And I don't want to worsen his tummy if there are issues. He eats raw venison. That's his choice right now. Okay. I have a little background on Christina in your previous Hershey. I have a suspicion. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to come over here. We're going to close this. Okay. So give me just a second. I'm going to share the screen and we're going to pull up this little cutie pie. Okay. Here is Dolce. Isn't he cute? Okay. He's got the little thing on it, the little patch on his nose. Christina, I think you said you adopted them together. Bachi is his brother. Okay. Christina, you had Hershey, correct? Hershey last year he passed away. Is that right? Is my memory serving me correctly? Yes. Okay. I'm just wondering, because I live in the woo-woo world, is there a cat in spirit bothering you? Yes. Is Hershey present? Yes. That is why he is so skittish. That is why he is running away from his food. And his sister Livy. Okay, so is Livy present? No. So Livy is not. No, is Hershey present? Hershey is visiting. I have a Hershey that visits every week too. So yeah, it gets a little crazy in the house when you've got all these spirits flying around, driving their present household cats a little crazy because they can see it. And if you check out my latest Instagram and Facebook videos that I posted late last week, you'll see what I'm talking about. Go back and watch it. Crazy, but it's real. Okay, so okay, so I'm looking at the notes again because I want to make sure I get this. He pulls at carpet. Okay, she wants to know if he has pica. And okay, let's go with that. Let's go check with him. Okay, so Dolce at this time, are there immune issues? No immune issues. Are there digestive issues? Yes. Do vaccines resonate? Does virus resonate? Do heavy metals resonate? No. Do parasites? Parasites are coming up. Is raw feed a stressor? No. Are there proteins that are stressors? No. So their digestive system is coming up, but parasites are resonating. So I want to find out what kind of parasites. So the kind of parasites, is this a worm of some kind? Is this an amoeba? Is it a protozoa? It's a protozoa. So, okay, is this a cryptosporidium? Yes, that's a real common, I find it common protozoa and parasite. Okay, so we need to address the protozoa parasite here. That's real interesting. Okay, I see your question about Livy and Ben. So is Ben here? No Ben. Is Livy present? No. Is Hershey present? Hershey is present. So I'll tell you from personal experience, our cats in spirit visit us when they have a message for us. And so it's up to us to connect with them to figure out what it is they're here to share with us, what it is they want to tell us. And I can tell you it's not, oh, I liked chicken food the best. It is going to be something more on a spiritual nature to help build for spiritual growth for you, because they are in spirit form now and they have all this wisdom to share with you. Sometimes they just want to show up for protection. So my challenge to you is to go figure out, just connect with your heart, take a journal, take a pen, and just connect with your heart and just clear your mind and just ask, what is it that you would like me to know? Why are you here? Do you have a message? And just start writing whatever comes to mind. And you would be amazed. Okay, so she says you don't have a Hershey. Then I have the wrong cat. But is there a cat in spirit? There is a cat in spirit. So we just got to figure out which one. Okay, I think I know I'm seeing Hershey, I'm seeing your cat's picture, Ben, in my head because he looked like my cat Hershey. That's where I'm getting it all confused. So let's verify. So is Livy present? No. Is Ben? It's Ben. Yeah, Ben. He looks like Hershey. He's the brown tonk. So yeah, he looks like mine. So Ben is present. So you need to find out why Ben is there. Okay, so does pica resonate? No pica. So there's the parasite issue. We've got that. Oh, Ben is all black. Yeah, he looked really dark, so he reminded me so much of my own cat. Okay. Let me see what else was on your question. We need to do some clearing for we need to address the parasite issue first and foremost. And when a pet has parasites like that, even though they may not have runny diarrhea or vomiting and things like that, if they are eating but not gaining weight, or if they're eating weird stuff, it's like them trying to self-select, like they know something's inside of them that they need to get out. So you can use some homeopathy. The Podophyllum 200C is what I would recommend. Let's double check that though. It's Podophyllum 200C, the remedy. Yes, it is. Okay. And I have it if you need it in my store. So yeah, I think it's that. He's got the protozoa parasite. Let's check for emotion. Are there emotional stuff? Yes. And this is related to the cat and spirits being present. Yes. So you got to address the cat and spirit. You got to address Ben. So and here's another thing. Once you get the message from the cat and spirit visiting, they go away until they have another message. So if you start to see him, once you do the work and he calms down, things may go normal for a while, and then all of a sudden he kind of acts skittish again and running away from his bowl. There's probably a spirit running around, zipping around somehow around his food bowl or in the kitchen or wherever it is you are. And it's just a clue. It's like, oh, Ben's back, or somebody's back, because Olivia could be visiting too. She says, okay, he did have a loose stool a few days ago. And she says, I think Ben wants me to let him go. It's been so hard for me. Oh, yes. See, you are getting the message. So I know it's hard. It's really hard, but you will not heal until you do let him go. And he may have a really cool job in the universe to go do as part of his next soul contract, but he may feel this tie, this cord that he has connected to you that's holding him back. So I just think that until you are able to really just send him off with love, and he's always going to be close, and you can always call on him and you can always speak to him, but we have to learn to let go so that you can heal, so that you can get past whatever you're holding back for yourself. So yeah, I think doing some journal work would really help. So yeah, it's hard, but we just learn to carry on the relationship in a different way. That's really what it's all about. And let's see if my connection over here is working. I know I had a phone call, y'all. I'm so sorry. Can't control those kind of things. Okay, so, and I don't know why this is going in and out on Instagram. Give me a second here. Okay, we'll see. Hopefully it'll keep going. Okay. All right, so there we go. Podophyllum 200C. will clear up the parasite. Yes. Let me figure out how much. So you would make a remedy. I think you and I have talked about remedies before. If not, reach out. Let's see, twice a day for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Twice a day for 5 days. And then once a day for, is it 3 weeks? Less than 3 weeks? Yes. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Once a day for 16 days. Twice a day for 5, once a day for 16, and those parasites will be gone. And then do some things like the ion gut support for pets. We want to seal the gut lining because those things do a lot of damage. Let's see. Would Espoulardi? No, probiotics. A really good probiotic, probably for, daily for a month or so. Hi, Samantha. Nice to see you. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We got to heal the gut. They do a lot of damage. So it helps get the inflammation out. And when his gut is healed, his emotions can kind of rebalance as well, because there is a gut brain connection between the vagus nerve. That is the superhighway from the gut to the brain. So if we can heal the gut, it just makes such a difference in the emotional balance of us and our pets. So that is all I have for your sweet boy. Okay. Let me go. I think my signal's better because I haven't seen it flipping over here on Instagram. So hopefully we're good. Okay. Burns is next, and she submitted Tao Tao. Tao Tao had urinary problems recently. She says, luckily, there weren't any stones found from his x-ray, only crystals that can be dissolved through a prescription diet. I want to know how he's doing from a holistic perspective. So, okay. And I know you're here on Instagram, so I'm going to kind of look over here while I go through. Let's see here. We're going to remove. I'm going to move that. Oh, wait, hold on. We're going to, I need to come over here. Let me see if I can. Stop the screen share, and then we're going to start again. I wish it was easy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I think you guys can see. This is Tao Tao. It's got a little, it looks like a lynx point Siamese in here. Okay, so what a sweet kitty. Okay, so let's see. I want to know why Tao Tao got crystals to begin with. It's usually stress, or it's diet, or it's a combination of both. So my first question is, what I want to know, I want to look around the cause of the bladder crystals. So was this diet related? Yes. Was it stress related as well? Was there any emotional stress involved? No. So it was diet. I'm not sure what her normal diet is, Barnes, but if you can get her completely on wet food, as species appropriate, wet food, raw food, something like that, that would probably, I know that would be amazing for her, because the dry food raises the pH so much in the urine that it does create crystals, and they can develop a secondary infection around the bladder lining. So getting her on a wet diet at the very minimum is going to help reduce that. And let's see if there is anything. Are there any other cats and irritating? Are there other environmental stressors? I'm not getting environmental stressors. So I'm getting, are there any other pets? Are there people that resonate? No. So she's not taking on any stress from people, from any other household pets. So it's diet related. So that is what. Oh, she says he likes kibbles a lot. Yeah, let's see. Does he have a sugar addiction? Yes. So this can be challenging. They are addicted to dry food. It's the sugar that's metabolized from, well, let me start over. The kibble is broken down as sugar in the digestion process. And that sugar feed goes like hits the opioid receptor site in the brain, just like we have with, sugar, salt stuff, people who are addicted to drugs, things like that. It stimulates those areas of the brain and they light up and it makes them feel really good. So it's very similar to this with kibble. I call them kibble addicts, sugar addicts. So it's going to take a little challenge. Now, if we do some work together, I can clear the sugar addiction and make this transition really fast. So, but if you don't, that's fine. No worries at all. It's just going to take a little bit longer because we have to retrain him and to teach him what food is. We have to teach him that meat, he's a carnivore and he needs a meat diet, not a starch diet, which dry food is. So you have your work cut out for you, but it can be done. We just have to transition. So, yeah, she says 7 cats in the house. Okay, well, good. Well, at least he's not being bothered by the rest of the cats. So that's awesome. But yeah, work on the diet. And I'm not a fan of prescription food because I know what's in prescription food. And the most of the time, the prescription food they give for cats with urinary issues is still loaded with starch. They'll give them dry food. I don't understand. It makes no sense to me. And the quality of the sourcing is not great. So if you can find a high quality wet food or raw food brand over there, that's where I would go. Go to like an independent pet store and they will be a wealth of information for you and with a lot of good options and brands to try. So, okay. But yeah, so we know it's not emotion, it's diet. And keeping him on something like a bladder support. So, like vitamin C is good. That's a good antioxidant. Any kind of a bladder support, like I know Pet Wellbeing has a urinary gold. I know that Herbsmith has bladder care. Um, Feline Essential has urinary cat, which is vitamin C basically. So that can just help keep the bladder very more acidic and support a healthy microbiome in there. So yeah, that's it, it's a diet thing. So see what you can do to start transitioning off the dry onto wet, and it will make a world of difference too. And any cat who is eating just a dry food diet is going to be in a dehydrated state, and over time that really stresses the kidneys, and that's why so many cats die of kidney disease. They develop stage 1 kidney disease when they're like 8 years old, and we wonder why. So we've got to feed them right. That is the first part of the puzzle, absolutely, and it's probably the most important part of that whole puzzle is the right diet. Okay. All right. And keep me posted. Okay. All right. So let's remove. We're going to stop the share. And let's say, oh, I wanted to say hi to Robin. I saw you pop in over here. So thank you for also showing up. Okay. And we have one more, and this is Diane. And I know it's late where you are, sweetheart. I know she's from the UK, so she's staying up late as well. And her kitty is Salsa. Salsa is a rescue cat. She was adopted at 4 months of age, and she is now 10. She has always been somewhat of a nervous cat, but lately has been more jumpy. For example, she's lying on my lap and I move my foot, she jumps off and runs back to her bed. Or if I accidentally drop the TV remote, she is off. But if it's a noise away from us, like the post going through the letterbox, she is not so jumpy. So we want to know why she's so jumpy. And if there's maybe some baggage somewhere she's holding on to that makes her so skittish. So let's see what we can find for Miss Salsa. Let me go get that tab open. Okay. All right. So here is, oh, no, I'm sorry. I can't use this picture. Oh, shoot. Hold on a second. Bear with me, guys. I know you sent me a picture earlier, and I've got to see if I can download that. I meant to do that, and I got so busy. Photos. Hang on there. Let me see if I saved. I think I saved one. Oh, shoot. Let me look. Yes, here it is. So let me pull this up. And I'm going to change out the screens. So hang on one second. And let's see. It's not a tab. Nope. Let me come over here. So bear with me. That's what we're going to do. Entire screen. And I'm just going to shift over here. So this is salsa. So can you guys see that okay? And if I switch back, I can't see my screen, but here we go. So salsa, let's find out, are there emotional blocks for her? Yes. Are there traumatic events? No. Are there trapped emotions? So there are some emotional stressors, and I'm going to ask, are there environmental stressors? Yes. Are there people? Are there cats? Okay, so I know you had some household drama with cats, and you've been amazing working through that. So that's part of the issue. Let's see if anything else comes up. So, are there? I'm going to go through some things. So, do any viruses, pathogens, vaccines come up? Okay. And I don't think you guys have rabies over there, correct? Does rabies and FERCP. So FERCP comes up. So there is some immune stuff to work on with that for sure. Does anything diet related? Nope. Diet's good. So let's see. Chemicals, anything else environmental? Oh, let's see. Okay. I know you said you had a cat die last year. Yes, you did. Are there entities present? Word of the day, entity. So I'm getting a yes. And that makes a lot of sense because cats see these and they get really skittish. Are there people in spirit? Are there cats in spirit? It's a cat in spirit. And I don't remember which one you lost. I'm going to drop the name here and I can test for you. So there is a cat in spirit, and that definitely is part of the just being afraid. Okay. Is Tom the cat that died? It's not a person. It's not a person spirit. Is there a cat in spirit that resonates? Yes. Is there a person in spirit? No. So it's not a person. It's a cat. It could be like a cat you had a long time ago. It doesn't have to be someone that passed away like recent. It could be. Does Tom resonate? Tom does not come up. Kismet. No, it's not Kismet. Mm-mm. It's not Kismet. So is Tom in spirit visiting? It's not Tom and it's not Kismet. It's another animal. Is this a dog in spirit? Is it a cat in spirit? It is a cat in spirit. So it might be okay, let's add did sunshine pass? Is sunshine in spirit? Is sunshine present? I'm not getting a yes for sunshine. Theo kitten. Okay, let's find out. Hi, Lisa. Um, so is Theo, look at that. Okay, it's Theo. Theo's here. So he's back. He's hanging out with you. That can cause like we've talked about, a lot of, environmental stress and cats taking off when they hear noises because they get spooked by stuff. They don't understand where it's coming from or why it's there necessarily. So it can be very disruptive. So, yeah, there's some emotional things here to clear for her. I would do a little immune support. Um, so, yeah, Theo was there 10 days. But evidently, he was meant to be with you for that period of time. Um, and maybe he's just back because he wanted to thank you for whatever you did to help him. I know you pour your heart into these kitties and it's awesome. So, yeah, he was here. He probably visits from time to time. So, your job is to find out what his message is, and I love that. So, let me know what you find out. So, let's see if there is anything else resonating with sweet salsa right now. So, are there any specific diet, any foods? Foods are good. Um, anything anything pathogenic? No. So she's doing pretty good. Um, yeah, that's so sad. She says she had four siblings and mom all died from pneumonia. Yeah, noise issues, that's part of the emotional stuff that can be cleared from environmental stress. Um, those kind of imprints start when they're very young. So let's see if there's any kind of a gut imbalance. There is some gut imbalance there, so work on the gut. That helps, but it feels like it's more emotional stuff that needs to be dealt with, and it may be from something that happened to her before she came to you. That's my feeling, because they carry those imprints, you know. Oh, she says only Theo died. Okay. Um, yeah, is it from you? Does Diane resonate as a stressor? No. No, it's not from you. So that's good because you're taking care of her. So I hope that helps. So Salsa, she says, lived with an 84-year-old lady. Okay. And there may have been environmental things there, like people or dogs, stuff that cause loud noises and things like that. I don't know, but the old lady could not cope. And maybe the old lady who could not cope with her would like make loud noises to scare her, to make her stop, because hello, she was a baby. She was probably very active and jumping on things and wanted to play. So if she is frightened, I'm just trying to think, if I was an old lady that was trying to deal with a kitten that was driving me crazy, then I couldn't cope with it. If I didn't know better, I would probably, make loud noises to make her scare and go away. Don't bother me. So that's probably just conditioning from whatever she did. I'm reading, let's see. I don't understand what northern dog had died. I don't know what that means. That's why she was brought. Salsa had mobility issues. Maybe she got hurt, on some level when she was in that home. It's hard to know. We could be guessing all night long, but that's kind of my. Oh, okay. Her dog had died. That's why that's okay. So the lady's dog died, and that's why she brought in Salsa, like brought in the kitten. The old lady had mobility issues. Okay. Um, yeah, it's hard to know for sure because we weren't there, but she probably has some kind of just negative memories from that experience, from that time. We don't know. So yeah, there's there's cellular memory in her body, in those, that is reminds her every time she hears a loud noise, it's that trigger, and her body reacts because that's what she had conditioned herself to do in that situation. So yeah, and she says the old lady had mobility issues, and her son brought her the kitten, and she probably wasn't ready for the kitten. She was not wanting a kitten, maybe. So she's lucky that she has you. That's what I'll say. So anyway, okay, so we're going to go back, and we're going to take that off the screen. So, okay, let me look over here. Hi, Marilyn. Okay. So yeah, does anybody have any questions? I think that wraps it up for tonight. That's all I have. Don't forget your homework. I want you to go journal about what you are most grateful for this week that happened to you. Even if it wasn't a great week, I want you to find the silver lining. A couple takeaways from tonight is feed your cat a species appropriate diet. We want to focus on wet food. We want to focus on highly digestible protein. Ways that you can provide your cat who might be a little skittish in some of these situations where you have an entity, a cat in spirit visiting you. The color green and the color brown are very grounding and provide a sense of security. So you can use something like, a shirt, a blanket, a bath towel, a hand towel, a piece of paper that's a color brown or green. You don't have to go out and buy something super expensive. Just look in your house and see what you have that would be green or brown. And this can be very, very comforting. It's the vibration of the color. It's not that they can see the color, it's the vibrational frequency the color emits, and it can help them feel very grounded and a lot more secure in these insecure type of situations. Or fearful type of situations. If they're super, super fearful, you can use baby blue. That can be very calming and soothing. Let me think what else. If you use herbs, you can put down a herb garden. Angelica root is great. Valerian, yarrow. Let me think. Sometimes rose. Rose can be very helpful in some cases when there's some heartache involved. So try some different herbs, place a herb garden down and let them self-select that. Let's see. I was going to say, before we go, I was going to tell you guys next Tuesday is the first color therapy and chakra workshop that I'm doing. So it's brand new content, things I've never put out before. It's going to be 7:30, I think 7:30 next Tuesday, the 7th, and it will be done on a Zoom. And we are going to discuss all different kinds of situations on how to use color therapy, how it aligns with the chakras, and specific like examples from, oh gosh, taking your cat to the vet, to recovering from surgery or illness, to rescuing a feral cat, to bullying and things like that. I mean, I have like 20 different and situational examples that we're going to talk about, and if people come up with more, we'll talk about more. But I want you guys to learn how to look at a situation from a holistic approach, and how you can use something as simple as color, identify the chakras that might be involved, and how we can support that with color, and support that animal, cat or dog, it doesn't matter what you have, with color therapy. So it's going to be really cool. So on my website, under workshops, you'll see color therapy and chakra workshop. It's $35, so it's not super expensive. It's going to be about an hour and a half long, and it's going to be really cool. So sign up and learn how to use color therapies, because I'm telling you, it is so fascinating, and it's so simple, and it works. It's so crazy how these cats just go to the color when you offer it to them when they need it. When they don't need it anymore, they get up and they leave the color. It's kind of like self-selection for herbs, but it's not. It's color. So cool. So anyway, I hope you will join me for that. It's going to be really cool. So any final thoughts before we say goodnight? Again, I want to thank all of you guys. You're watching on Instagram. This is kind of my first live on Instagram. I'm going to try to do this every month. And next month, I also want to tell you guys, I'm moving this to daytime. So the people over in the UK don't have to stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning watching this. So it's going to be at probably 1 or 1:30 in the afternoon, my time, which will be 7:30 in the UK time. So hopefully that'll help get more people in here. Let me see if there's anybody else. Any other questions? Let me go through real quick. Yeah, so if you guys have any additional questions, just shoot me an email, Pam@Purrrfectly Holistic. And again, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. We have our own private Facebook group called Holistic Cats. If you want to network with other people who want to learn about holistic health for their cats, we have a lot of really smart people in that group that are just wonderful and kind, and are answering questions and helping people find solutions for their cats. So check that out as well. And I just wish you guys a great rest of your evening. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. Yay. And we will see you next month for more energy testing. And then we'll see you in 2 weeks for energy insights with Julianne Thorne and I, when we do more testing and chakra sensing together. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Love you all. Thank you, Instagram peeps, for being here tonight. I appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.